don't need to be updated. They don't need to be fixed. They don't even really need to have movies made about them. But if you're going to do it, the very least you can do is understand the source material.
Well, of course I understand the source material. They're just simple kids' books.
No, they're not just simple kids' books. They're stories that we are continuing to read even today. They're stories that we remember years later, even when other stories fade from our memory. They're stories we will never forget, and for good reason. They're stories that helped shape our childhoods through well-thought-out writing, imaginative drawings, and endearing morals. And the idea of this, shaping somebody's childhood, the fact that it even has the same name, just makes me sick to my stomach. Maybe these simple kids' books are far more adult than you give them credit for. And I guarantee that'll show when years later both children and adults will still be reading these simple kids' books, while pandering bullshit like this disappears out of people's consciousness, also for good reason. Good art doesn't come from focus groups and statistics. It comes from people who share how they see things in their own unique way.
So this video isn't scripted at all. This is just me talking into my mic because Mattel does not deserve any sort of respect from me. They don't require my effort to write a script for them because they seem to be putting absolutely full effort into Thomas now. So why should I put any effort into me talking about them? So, okay, I've been meaning to make this video for a while. Everyone in the Thomas fandom knows that I've made a couple memes here and there about this specific situation. When I was a kid, I remember buying all of the Hornby stuff and all of the Tomy stuff, and I was a massive fan of Thomas back in the day, but never, in a million years, if anyone had told me that Thomas would become what it is now, I would have told them they were high as balls. But seeing this thing, knowing that this is real, that this is going to happen in October, this is what's gonna make Halloween scary, okay? This thing is legit terrifying to look at, because how in the flying mother of fuck did we get from this golden age to this shit monster that creeped out of my toilet? It has the audacity to call itself Thomas the Tank Engine. And when I saw this, Thomas as a f***ing monkey, no, it can't get any worse than this. Oh yes it can. Oh yes it can. How? By selling out massively. This is Mattel's last ditch effort to get us to be a part of the Thomas fandom. And to be honest, I don't think anyone is part of the Thomas fandom anymore. No one's buying Mattel's toys anymore. And to be honest, I don't see why anybody should. Because, I mean, look at the terrible, and I mean terrible, quality of these toys. What happened to these? These were okay. No, I'll tell you what happened to these. Mattel started cutting corners and saving money as much as they could. Because as long as they get their profit, they don't care. They don't care what happens to Thomas, they just need money. Well, I'll fucking tell you this, Mattel. When this show goes up, you'll be bankrupt. I know you will. We all know Mattel's going bankrupt. And I'd like to bring up a point, okay? I know reboots have been successful this year, okay? But taking something that wasn't broken and, like, you fix it for a little bit. You brought Brenner in, okay? You fixed the show for a little bit. But then you took it a step further and made Sharon Miller look like Shakespeare in the Park by creating this, okay? And you could argue, yeah, MLP did it as well. But here's the critical difference, okay? Pony Life is an in the meantime thing, okay? You could have done that with Thomas. You could have made All Engines Go, quote unquote, a in the meantime thing. Because when MLPG4 ended, Pony Life is only an in the meantime thing until the next generation, okay? That's its own thing, that's its own separate universe. But the fact that we're supposed to accept that this is what Thomas is now. This is what Audrey's creation is now. is sickening to me. The only reason people like Tug so well now more than Thomas is because that only had 2 seasons and it didn't sell out. But Mattel is pushing us now to suck it up and just accept that Thomas is going to be the next Teen Titans Go or Unikitty or Paw Patrol or any of that crap that's out there at the moment. Because what made Thomas stand out and do so well in kids' media back in the day is because it was different, okay? Back in the 90s, it was different, okay? Everything was action-packed with kid shows, but then you see this little train on a model railway set for about 4.5 minutes. You don't expect that to go anywhere at first glance. But then, after a few years, it took kids' media to a whole new level. But that's the best part, it wasn't just for kids. Audrey never wrote the Railway series for kids, it was just for anyone willing to read the stories, and that's why it's got such a cult following. I don't see what the problem is with adults liking Thomas the Tank Engine, because you know what's also written for kids that adults like, and that have adult followings? The Muppets, Ben 10, Disney. But then you like stuff like Thomas the Tank Engine, oh, creepo over here. Stay away from him. Not enough people understand that Thomas wasn't ever a baby show when it began, okay? Sure, that's what it is now, and we all hate what it's become now. But it never started out that way, okay? And Audrey, Britt, Andrew, Michael Angelis, Ringo Starr, George Carlin, they made it damn clear this was not just for kids. But it is now. Fuck you, Mattel. I really didn't notice a dip in quality until like season 9, where everything looked like it was being recorded on an iPhone. But you can be damn sure that nothing good will come from this reboot. Nothing. Nothing good will come from this reboot. Not ever. Not ever. And I'm not going to be talking about it after this video. Okay? But I wouldn't say Mattel ruined our childhoods. No. No, absolutely not. Because Mattel wasn't around in our childhoods. So we'll always remember stuff from season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and onwards. Anything before Mattel we'll remember as our childhoods because that's what we grew up with. And I feel sorry for the kids who actually are going to like this new Thomas thing. Although I doubt they will because not even kids are buying the toys. So, I think by the beginning of 2022, Thomas the Tank Engine will be dead. It's gone. It'll join Audrey down there in his grave where he's spinning for eternity. And I feel so sorry for the man. I can't even imagine what Britt Allcroft is thinking at this point, and how upset she must be by this thing! That she worked with the man who made this, and she's witnessing what it's become. Britt, I'm sorry that Audrey's creation has come to this. I shouldn't be apologising. Mattel should be, but they don't seem to give a shit, so... Anyway, I'm done. I'm done with this f***ing reboot. It's ridiculous that this is what Thomas has become. It's dumb that this is what it's come to. Thanks for listening, guys. This was ridiculous, and the show is most certainly going to fail. And I'm excited to see the backlash that Mattel gets from this, and the only thing about the show I'm excited for is to see it die, slowly and painfully. Knocking off Henry and Edward, how could you? Kicking Brenna off the show, now I'm mad. Make a 2D Thomas reboot, you guys are gonna regret this. And we'll be here to say we told you so. Goodbye, everyone.